A long time ago, in a gaming galaxy far, far away, I wanted to use a controller on some old LucasArts games for the PC. Little did I know, that would lead to an issue I have with Call of Duty on Steam. Welcome down to the Mac Cave. Let's get into it. So about 6 months ago, Call of Duty on Steam just stopped working for me. It just would not launch. I would hit the play button, it would look like it's gonna load, but the splash screen would never come up, and it would just go back to the green play button. I tried everything to fix this. I went through every discussion forum on Steam, on Reddit, I googled everything, followed YouTube videos, and pretty much all of them were all the same steps, which I tried multiple times. I have reinstalled COD more times than I can count. I tried everything from scanning the integrity of the files to look for corruption, I scanned for viruses, I scanned for malware, I scanned for everything. Nothing would work. I have updated my GPU drivers, I even changed my GPU. Nothing would fix this problem. Until I came across a YouTube video talking about all the same steps that I've already gone through. In frustration, I was ready to just uninstall COD once and for all, just to be done with Call of Duty from now on. I happened to scroll through the comments a little bit. Most of the comments were saying that they have the same problem I'm having and none of these steps have worked. Suddenly, one of the comments caught my eye. It mentioned a program that I haven't thought about in years, a program called REWASD, which is the exact program I installed on my machine a while back so that I could use a controller on some old LucasArts games for the PC. As of today, those games that I used that program for have since been re-released and remastered and feature controller support, so I stopped using it and haven't thought about it in ages. Well, they mentioned that program and they just said, make sure REWASD is not running. I checked. There was no background processes that I could see. I haven't launched that program in forever. I didn't see it running at all, but I was still having the problem. So, on a whim, I decided, let me just completely uninstall REWASD. Let's just get rid of it. I used Revo Uninstaller to make sure that it caught every file associated to it. I followed the process, restarted my computer, launched COD. Wouldn't you know it, the game splash screen came up. I couldn't believe it, my jaw dropped, and suddenly, full screen game, the intro cinematic started. I was able to play Call of Duty for the first time in almost 6 months since this problem started. Now, I have no idea what issue REWASD was causing with Call of Duty on Steam. I don't know what that game doesn't like about it. I never had it running, I never tried to use it for COD, but for some reason, Call of Duty on Steam does not like REWASD to even exist on the PC that you're trying to play it on. I have heard that it potentially has something to do with the anti-cheat software that's within that game. I would assume that's probably the right answer, though that said, I don't understand why. All I know is that the problem that I've been facing for months and months has finally been solved by simply uninstalling REWASD, which for me wasn't a problem because I stopped using it and hadn't thought about that program in forever. Will this solution work for you? I certainly hope it does. I know there's tons of people facing this problem, clicking that play button and it just won't launch. There's so many discussion boards talking about it, and it's all the same steps listed every single time, and for most people I see in the replies, none of the steps worked. Hopefully, this is the solution for you. Thanks again for joining me down in the Mac Cave. As always, remember, keep retro gaming alive, because one day, your games will be retro too.